Good morning, Digit fam. Adam Doud here with another edition of all the tech news you need to devour. And here's a fun fact. My LG phone now has volume adjustment for individual apps, so I can have Netflix running at full blast and turn Clash Royale down to a whisper. I've been asking for something like this for years, and yeah, I'm sure there's some app or root thing that I could do to make that happen, but let's face it, I'm lazy. Build it in or GTFO, am I right? But let's get down to the news, shall we? It is November 6th, 2019, and this is your Digit Daily. AT&T is in trouble, but let's face it, not a lot of trouble. The wireless carrier got hit with a $60 million settlement by the FTC for a case that's been percolating since 2014. Hooray for the right to a speedy trial, right? Back in 2014, 3.5 million customers subscribed to AT&T's unlimited data plan, and at the time, AT&T was all like, "Whoa, 2 gigabytes in a month? That's just crazy talk. We're gonna have to rein that in, buddy." And the unlimited customers found themselves throttled back to 1965 data speeds, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that phones didn't have data back in 1965. Exactly. I mean, just think about 2 gigabytes of data in a month. I sat downtown for less than an entire workday with an HTC 5G hub, and I burned through almost 5 gigabytes in that day. And that was without Netflix. But I digress. Andrew Smith is the director of the FTC's Bureau of Consumer Protection, and a guy who is older than me, but looks younger than me, and well done, sir. Anyway, Babyface Smith said AT&T promised unlimited data without qualification and failed to deliver on that promise. While it seems obvious, it bears repeating that internet providers must tell people about any restrictions on the speed or the amount of data promised. Seriously, AT&T, at least put it in the fine print or the terms of service that nobody reads. You want to talk about lazy, AT&T is your winner. AT&T flat out lied to customers. Now, if only Andy could do something about the 5G BS that AT&T is pushing these days. So today, when you visit AT&T's homepage, the fine print does in fact say that your speeds may be reduced due to network congestion, air quotes. So the good news is, if you were an unlimited AT&T customer back in 2014, y'all about to get paid. I might have been a subscriber back then. I know I was with AT&T at the time, but around that time I waffled back and forth between unlimited plans and not unlimited plans, so Daddy might be getting a check, and if so, you can bet I'll be using that money to take my kids out to get the finest Happy Meal that money can buy. Seriously, if it's more than $5, I'll be shocked. And by the way, that $60 million, that's about 5 hours of profit for the company today. Way to go, FTC. That'll show them. Well, I'll let you know if I get a check. I think I probably should, but I'm honestly not sure. What I am sure of is that this is the latest example of a huge corporation flat out lying to its customers and winding up with a slap on the wrist. Still, I guess some slap is better than no slap, and at the very least I could take satisfaction from the fact that A, I left AT&T 2 years ago completely, wireless, phone, cable, the whole shebang, because AT&T pissed me off, and 2, this lawsuit gave me the chance to make fun of AT&T for a couple of minutes on my podcast. So overall, it's a win. So let's cross that finish line and head on straight into the roundup! Well, that didn't take long. Astrophotography mode, arguably one of the best features to come to the Pixel 4, is now available for the Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3a. This is the night shooting mode that takes several long exposures over a period of time and makes some of the most gorgeous photos of stars you have ever seen from a smartphone, let alone any camera. Simply stunning, which is great news for those who bought the $400 Pixel 3a. For those who bought the $1,000 Pixel 4 XL, maybe not so much. And just when I admit that AirPods are not crappy, Amazon releases its own true wireless earbuds with built-in Alexa for sale at just a hair over half the price. But then again, I guess you're getting half the virtual assistant, so half the price makes sense. And again, I'll reserve judgment on the earbuds until the sound guys get their lobes wrapped around them, and ew, this just took a turn. But anyway, for the price, even if they sound just okay, Echo Buds seem like a pretty decent deal, so check them out. CNET says, quote, "No one should buy the Portal TV," which is a broad statement, and if you stopped at the headline, you might think it has to do with a crappy camera or limited use cases, something like that. But that's not the case. Here the reviewer is taking a stand, and it's a rather Digit Daily-ish stance against Facebook itself and its handling of data, privacy, and general company practices because, say it with me kids, Facebook is a crappy company run by terrible people. And I respect that. I mean the taking a stance part, not the crappy company part. And it's at this time that I'd like to make the reviewer, Megan Woolerton, an honorary Digit Daily member. Well done, Megan. We're just so proud. Signal, the encrypted messaging app, has become increasingly popular among sports teams who want to cheat without getting caught. So basically every sports team ever. You ain't cheating, you ain't trying. The thing about Signal is that messages only appear to the sender and to the recipient and no one else, not even Signal itself. So legal and police officials can't subpoena Signal messages because the company literally cannot read them. It's like Snapchat without the dick pics. Or maybe not without the dick pics. I'm not really sure how athletes are recruited these days. Anyway, this has become a thing, and major sports organizations are trying to figure out how to deal with it. A recent memo went out to NBA teams prohibiting the use of messenger apps that auto-delete. Good luck with that, NBA. We have often complimented Xerox on its ability to make the alphabet game in the car easier. Well, actually, we only complimented them for it once, and it wasn't really a compliment. Well, anyway, Xerox exists, and it wants to buy HP, the personal computer company. I don't really have anything more to say about this, I just wanted to make the Xerox joke, and mention that it wanted to buy HP, who once killed WebOS, and it was a long time ago, and I'm not really bitter anymore, but you know, neater. T-Mobile now officially owns the color magenta. No, seriously, in Germany, T-Mobile's parent company, Deutsche Telekom, sued an insurance startup called Lemonade to stop using the color magenta in its advertising because that's T-Mobile's color, and German courts agreed. Wait, what? Now, it's my understanding, and I'm not a copyright lawyer, so bear with me, but I thought that copyrights were there mostly to protect a company from others pretending that they were that company. But there's nothing in Lemonade's branding that suggests it has anything to do with T-Mobile, so I'm kind of confused here. Meanwhile, a trademark attorney in the US said that while the US does recognize color copyrights, it's a very, very high bar to clear, so this likely wouldn't happen here, which I guess is a good thing. Still, law is hard, and it just seems like T-Mobile is bullying a small insurance startup just because it can. That kind of sucks. And finally, acclaimed film director Martin Scorsese once claimed that Marvel movies are not cinema, and now he's taken to the New York Times to write an op-ed to try to clarify things. Now, you see, when I said these films are not cinema, I simply meant that they're not as good as my films. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, thanks for clarifying, Marty. Goodfellas completely ruined the song Layla for me forever, but whatever, you're a genius. So that's going to do it for today's Digit Daily. If you'd like to learn more about any of these stories, check out the links in the show notes and subscribe to our daily newsletter on Digit.com. And if you like what you heard, subscribe, leave a review, and don't forget to tell your friends about DigitDailyPod.com. Once again, I'm Adam Doud, Dead Technology on Twitter, and we'll talk again tomorrow.